Yo, welcome to another Facebook Live. Now, anything could literally happen today. My little puppy is running wild and making loads of noise, so anything could happen. I don't know what is going to happen with him. He might be biting my feet, I might have to run off, anything. So obviously Sunday's Facebook Live was really great. We had loads of interaction, there was loads of questions and really good... I really enjoyed it. So what we've got obviously today, we've got 8 to 10 questions, but if you jump in, hello Nathan, are you alright mate? If you jump in, ask me any questions and we can get those fired off as well. Just waiting for a few more people to join in, and then I'll start answering these questions. So like I said, there's about 8 to 10, all ranging from muscle building to kind of fat loss. So if you are confused, overwhelmed, or you're not sure what's going on or why you're not getting results, then kind of just reach out and I will answer those questions for you. So, okay, we'll start with this one. So what is the best cardio for fat loss? So regarding told you he's noisy, my little puppy. So the cardio for fat loss, it doesn't really matter, but as long as you do it. Now this comes down to if a person's really stressed and inflamed, once again, I won't get them doing high intensity or HIIT training. What I will get them doing is I will lower their stress levels, get them more aerobically fit, and that will work better for them. So it totally depends on the individual, it totally depends on how healthy they are, how fit they are, whether I'm going to go for LISS or HIIT training to kind of start with. So once again, it does depend on the person. Both work, it's just the one that you can kind of stick to. But if you're unsure which one's best for you, then reach out and we'll help you out. Okay, why do I find it so difficult to start? Now this is a big one because it's called activation energy. Now the actual energy to get started is a lot harder than actually keeping going. So what you need to see when you're getting started out, you need to see progress. Progress feeds motivation and that will keep you going. So that's what you obviously need, but you also need a plan, you need a direction, you need someone to be accountable to, you need someone to coach you. And obviously there's so much bad information, there's so much conflicting stuff out there that you just need someone to guide and mentor you and take you through the process. It's very overwhelming for someone because someone might be telling you one thing, someone telling you the other thing. Now, what I try and do in this group is I try and give you my opinion, which has worked for me and my clients. I might change my opinion in a few years, but for right now, I kind of give my first pillar of every single client is health. We improve that and the results will flow. But yeah, you find it so difficult to get started. You need to, what I would say is write down your goals, what you want to achieve over 1, 3, 6 months. Track them, see how well you're doing, see what you're struggling on. Is it mindset related? Is it nutrition? Is it training? Is it actual movement, so cardio? We've just brought out a new tracking system with our clients and we kind of track all 4 of those. So then you can kind of see where you're going wrong. But if you're just hoping that you're going to get by having a new nutrition program or having a new training program to get you by, it won't work. You need to work on the foundations of your house. The foundations of your house as such, or foundations of fat loss, are your habits and your routine. So if you're not nailing down your morning to nighttime routine, you've not improved your environment, and you've not worked on good habits, just 2 to 5 to be able to get you the result, that's probably where you're going wrong. And you'll keep bouncing from idea to idea or finding the right coach. But it really comes down to you and embedding the habits and routine. So that is probably the reason, because you're looking for the amazing fat loss pill or the amazing supplement or the amazing gimmick. It doesn't work. Stop looking for that. Think long term and work on your habits and routine and environment would be my answer to that one. I know I do babble on, so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and keep this under 10 minutes. I'm going to aim for a PB today, and hopefully the dog don't make too much noise. Okay, next one. Should I go super low on calories to achieve fat loss? No. Simple answer, no. We want to keep your calories as high as we can because we want you to perform well, we want you to have good mental clarity and performance, we want you to be able to move more, put more into your training, we want you to feel good, and we want to fuel your performance. So if we give you a lot more calories, you're going to be able to train harder, you're going to feel good, your hormones and metabolism is going to be functioning and working a lot better, and your stress levels are going to be a lot lower. So therefore, fat loss will improve and happen a lot quicker, but it'll also happen quicker because we're a lot healthier. Remember, if you work on your health first, you improve your health, your results will happen so much quicker. Like I put in I've got so many results posts in this group over the next week, but the guy I posted yesterday, Lee, his heart rate at the start of the year was 97. Now he's down to 61, and he's obviously feeling better, he's looking better, he's more confident. And for the first month, we didn't even get him going to the gym. Now he is going to the gym because he feels like he actually wants to. He's not in fatigue, he's not getting headaches or stomach pains no more. It's all a process, and the healthier that you make you, the better your results will be. Right, so how many meals should I be eating a day? In an answer, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you eat 2, it doesn't matter if you eat 6 or 10. It will all get you the result. It depends on how much you're having over the overall day in terms of calories. So you could split 2,000 calories if you was on that into 2 or to 6 or to 10. It doesn't really matter. Whatever works best for you. Now, what I would say is I try and get my calories, my clients having 4 or 5 or not really any more than that, or 3 to 5 meals a day. The reason that is just to help with digestion. It doesn't spike the metabolism or improve the metabolism. It's just for the ease of digestion, because remember, digestion is very tough and it is very taxing on the body. So you've got to make sure that you're not putting added stress onto your body. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. What matters is your overall calories. It doesn't matter if you split that into 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 meals. Whatever works for you and works for your lifestyle. Next question. Should I go low carb? No, not unless you really have to. If you have been overeating lots of food and overeating lots of carbs, you might go for the first 2 to 6 weeks. What I've usually done with clients is go slightly lower carb, just so you can function better and feel better. You can see that initial weight drop, and it does actually make your cells a lot more sensitive, so we can handle more carbohydrates as we move through the process. So yeah, if you're really overweight or obese, then probably you need to go through a process of pulling your calories down and going slightly lower carb. But if not, and you're wanting to build muscle, you don't need to go low carb at all. But if you're wanting fat loss and you're just a little bit overweight, you don't need to go low carb. Keep your carbs as high as you can, because that's going to help with performance. I'm good, mate. I'm good, Nathan. Thank you, buddy. That's going to help with performance. It's going to help with your mental clarity. And remember, carbs taste good. If you go low carb, what's going to happen? You're going to resent your diet. So remember, a good diet is one that you can be able to sustain for a year's time. So if you can't do that, it's probably telling us it's not a good diet. We want to enjoy our diet, not resent it. So no, don't go low carb. Don't listen to anyone that says go low carb unless you're really, really overweight and you've been overeating for a long period of time. Okay, so what supplements for fat loss? Now, I don't put any for fat loss. You don't need to use fat burners, gimmicks, any of this shit. But what you can do, and it's like a little bit of a side thing here, but once again, if we put products in that's going to improve your health, as a byproduct, we will get leaner. So if we're doing that, then the staple supplements that I kind of give clients every single time is going to be a digestive enzyme. So obviously if we're slowing down and chewing our food a lot better, then a digestive enzyme as well is going to help break down and absorb that food. So that's one pillar taken care of. Then adding in a probiotic, just to improve our amount of good gut bacteria we've got, a fish oil, and maybe a B vitamin as well. They're the 3 to 4 staple ones that I would put in. Depending on the person, one of my clients' scores on the questionnaire, I might put different things in. But in all honesty, a supplement is there to supplement your diet. So if you're looking at a supplement going, this is it, this is the one that's going to change my life, no it isn't. Your results are going to come from training and diet, and then putting supplementation alongside that. Maybe it might equate to 5% of your overall diet, 5 to 10%. So don't think that is going to be the be-all and end-all. If you haven't got your nutrition, your training, and your movement sorted out, it doesn't really matter what supplement you kind of put in. Okay, best exercise for growing my arms. Well, once again, there isn't. It depends on the client and how experienced are to training and what they're currently doing. But what I kind of see a lot with guys is they're never really doing heavy dips. They're never really doing heavy chins. And these are the exercises that are going to build arms, especially because you're putting a lot more mechanical tension on your arms. You're lifting a lot more heavy. There's a lot more force going through those working muscles. If you're just doing, hello Marissa, you alright? Your hoodie's on the way. It should be here tomorrow, by the way. Yeah, where was that? Yeah, so if you're just doing preacher curls and EZ curls or whatever, all this kind of stuff, they all work. They all will work. But probably, maybe a lot of the stuff you're all doing is kind of mid-range. So maybe you need to work on the lengthen range, which is this range. That's why incline curls work well. Or you can work on the shorten range. So that's where like concentration curls or crucifix curls work really well. But apart from that, you need to get a big lift in there. A lot of you aren't doing big lifts for arms, and you'll give arms. Hello, Steph. Hope you're all right, buddy. Always makes you smile. Yeah, so you probably ain't got a big lift in there. And also, you don't really need an arm day. You probably could go, right, on my push day, I'm going to put 10 sets of triceps. On my pull day, I'm going to put 10 sets of biceps. Then you could or do an upper lower body split. Sorry, that's a dog. Yeah, so I hope you don't play with that toy because it is very loud. Yeah, so that's 2 or 3. Yeah, so then you can add those exercises in, but your main thing that we should be coming from is a big lift. So if you've not got no dips or chin-ups in there, that's maybe where you're going wrong. And also, you're probably not working it from different ranges. So work it from different ranges. If you're not sure how to work your muscles from a lengthened or shortened range, then reach out to us again, and we can show you how to do that. And also, another major thing with arms, people are really internally rotated, so they haven't got no shoulder stability. Well, when you want to grow your arms, you need to have good shoulder stability so you can keep stable, then you'll be able to lift a lot more load. I kind of say to people, like, it's like squatting on a bounce castle, because you're unstable. You're never going to be able to squat as much. It's exactly the same with your arms. You're not going to be able to curl or lift as much or isolate that muscle if it is unstable. So you've got to work on shoulder stability and work on releasing the muscles around there as well. So I know I've got a bit off track, but there's a lot of information there that you can kind of apply to that. So Nathan, you did ask me, I can just remember, how much time should you break between training? Now, I think you meant on a different day. If you meant the same day, in all honesty, you shouldn't need to train twice a day, if you're training once a day or 5 times a week, that will get you a good, 4 to 5 times a week will get you a good enough result. If you're feeling the need to train twice a day, I'd probably say there's something going off wrong nutritional wise, or you're not training hard enough, in my honest opinion, or your training program isn't right for you. The only time that I've trained twice a day is when we had Milos Sarchev, a famous IFBB bodybuilder, came over and trained us, and fucking hell, he trained us twice a day. It was really tough, but he was an IFBB bodybuilder, and that's what he did for a living. So he could train 2 or 3 times a day, and he could sleep and nap and everything like that in between. Normal people can't. So just training once a day is fine. Or you could split your training, cardio in the morning, weights at night, weights in the morning, cardio at night. It doesn't really matter if you want to do it that way. But as long as your nutrition is right, theoretically you can train as much as you want, and you've got recovery strategies in place. So if that's all in place, you can train twice a day. I just wouldn't advise it to get constant results. So Marissa, you asked me, what is intermittent fasting? So intermittent fasting basically is a type of eating where you go for an extended break. So you might go 14 or 16 hours without eating. Now, I've done this quite a few clients. I've done it myself as well. So if you've got a busy, hectic lifestyle and you can say, right, I can't really get my first meal in, Danny, till 12, that'll be your first meal. Then your last meal maybe at 7 or 8 o'clock. So you'd usually have like a 14 or a 16-hour window where it doesn't work, where you don't eat, sorry. And it does work really well, but the reason it works is because you're eating a lot less calories, because you've only got a set time window to eat your food. So people think, well, I've lost loads of weight with intermittent fasting. Well, it's probably just because you've been eating less, because you've only got a set period of time to eat. Now, once again, it's a little bit different to a prolonged fast. The prolonged fast is what I did the week before, where it's 24, 48, 72, up to 100 hours, even more, where you go without eating. And all I had in that period was some electrolytes, some water, and obviously my supplements and a few black coffees. So yeah, the prolonged fast has got a lot of health benefits, and intermittent fast, it works well if you've got a busy lifestyle. So if not, you don't really need to do it. Hello, Marco, you all right, mate? Yes. So, can I lose body fat and put muscle on at the same time? The honest answer, yes. And if you're also taking steroids, and that's gonna happen at a far quicker rate. If not, then yes, you can still do that. That would cut. Thanks, Mark. That would also come down to how you program your nutrition. You want to keep your nutrition as high as you can. You'd want to get really strong. You need to have a high protein diet, and then you need to have a plan that's going to work towards a goal. But what I kind of see often is, obviously, because we're losing body fat and we're retaining that muscle, it actually gives the look of that you've added muscle and lost body fat, but it's actually just you've retained muscle and lost body fat. So that's what I always say to people. If you're overweight or chubby, what you really need to do is you really need to lose body fat first. You don't need to bulk, you don't need to add more size, because if you keep trying to add more size and be in a calorie surplus, if you are fat, you are going to get fatter. You're not going to add more muscle because your cells are already saturated with nutrition, with nutrients, sorry. So you're not really going to get any more in there at all. You need to lose some body fat first. So these bodybuilders, I said it on the last one on Sunday actually, but these guys that kind of think, oh, I'll put 3 stone on in my off season for this 4 months. I'm like, yeah, well, probably 2.5 stone of that, if you're lucky. Well, 2.5 stone of that is going to be from fat. You'd be lucky if you've got 4 to 7 good pounds of actual lean tissue there. So you're better off taking it a lot slower if you are wanting to build muscle, like trying to add like 1 or 2 pounds a month. You do really well. But the leaner that we are keeping you, the easier it'll be to diet and the better your physique will look in the summer as well. So hopefully that answers your question. Right, so kind of think this is the last one. How long have I gone for? I reckon this is a record, 15 minutes. I reckon we've done well here. Right, so what do I think to mass shakes? In all honesty, if you do not need a mass shake right now. Like the guys that I used to work with at M10, like Josh is a fucking man-mountain. Josh needed a shake like that because he was already eating 5,000 calories a day. So for him to get up to 6,000 and 7,000, he needed a shake. Now for a lot of you right now, you're probably only eating 2,500, 3,000 calories, but probably from the majority of junk. So just clean up your food, get more protein in, have a few whey shakes. Let's not fill it with even more shit because then you're going to hold on to a lot of water, you're going to get fatter. So just increase your amount of protein from natural foods. Focus on getting strong in your training. Look at your physique every single week. You're getting fatter. Well, don't add no more calories. Stay as you are or pull back a little bit. Or stay as you are and add a bit more cardio. Are you getting fatter? No? Cool, let's add a bit more nutrition. Do it like that every 2 weeks. Kind of build it up and then you will, there's no need to ever do a mass shake. I've only used it for a few guys that are already eating a lot of food. But in all honesty, with one guy, I just got him to create his own. And that was a lot better because we're using better nutrition in that. But yeah, don't think a mass shake's going to change your life. You will get fat, especially if you've not got good eating habits. So don't do that at all. So I hope this answers all. Well, I've answered all the questions. So we'll do another one later this week. So have a good day, guys.